I'm Caroline Thompson. I'm here as the secretary for the event. There are two types of enduro events, a Hare and Hound and a time card enduro. A Hare and Hound is a 3-hour duration race in which you do as many laps of the course as you feel comfortable in doing. Passing the checkered flag at the end means you count all the laps you've done. And time card enduro, the distance tends to be longer and the laps lengthier in time. The classes are given different amount of time for each lap. So an expert may be expected to do 6 laps in 3 hours, for instance. A sportsman may be only asked to do 3 laps in 3 hours. The times are put on the time card and the riders are expected to meet these times. If they become late, they incur penalty points, but they're never expected to make up those late minutes. If you do, you'll end up with more points for coming in early. So that's the difference between a Hare and Hound, is you keep going around the same bit with no expectations of keeping to a particular time. But in a time card enduro, you're carrying your time card and you're expected to keep to those times for your class. Sportsmen would be the place to start. I would always advise somebody starting in the sport to start at Hare and Hound because it's easier. You don't have this time frame that you've got to meet. Once you know your capabilities and you can keep going at that, then move up to time card enduro. A watch tied to their things so they know what time, and they will come in the morning and calibrate their watch with whatever clock that we're using so they're on the same minute. Yes, they are keeping a note because they will know that their time card says a particular time and they've got to be back to the start-finish area for that time. As the rider enters, he gives the secretary or whoever's doing the entry his bike details, his details, and hopefully a rider number. In Scotland we have what is referred to as the reserved rider number list, where you book your number at the beginning of the year and you keep that number for the whole season. Some events have riders coming from different series. They may hold their own number for however long as well, so we've got a mix of numbers. So it's handy if you know what the number is on your bike. So when you arrive at the event, you come and find the signing on area. You sign on so that you are saying that you realise that motorsport is dangerous and you know the risks. So we also know that you're there. If it's a time card enduro, you pick up a time card. You find your start time and your time allowances and you make out your time cards. You then ready your bike and all your equipment and fuel that you want to take into the pits. You should have a mat so you can refuel on the mat. Helps also if you take your bike apart and you drop the nuts on the ground, you'll maybe find them. So the fuel goes in the pits area. There's no smoking in that area. So when it comes towards your start time, you line up your bike with the others, watch for the clock turning over your minute, and then you're expected to move under power between the 2 flags that are put out. If you don't, you end up pushing your bike through and you incur a start penalty. Right, at the special test, here we use a transponder system. Transponder should be on your wrist, not attached to your bike, because sometimes that can confuse the system. So you go up towards the time gate, but not through it. You watch for the countdown so that each bike is separated by a certain amount of time, so you're not right up the back of somebody else. So you watch the countdown and then go when it goes green. So you're timed through that section, and when you come back out, often there is a sign up which will actually show you how long you took in that test. We're all friendly, we all talk to each other, we've got a large circle of friends, and the riders' friend circles overlap with each other. Some of them have ridden for many years in their little friend circle in the same class. Some of the older riders, we've accommodated them in introducing newer classes for veteran sportsmen so that they can still ride, and they can still ride with the people they've ridden with for years. So they're more inclined to stay in the sport that way.